Good evening and welcome to the BBC's News at 6. Knife crime is now one of the greatest challenges facing police forces across the country. In fact, the knife is Britain's #1 murder weapon. The figures are all the more shocking because increasingly both victims and perpetrators are young, children and teenagers. Last year, nearly 32,500 knife crimes were committed in England and Wales. That figure was up 14% on the previous year. Our Home Affairs correspondent June Kelly has been on police patrol in Birmingham and met some of those working to end the knife culture.
A summer evening in Birmingham, and the force response teams from West Midlands Police are dealing with dozens of emergencies.
Bristol Police for a second stabbing. This time it's this road in Kingsdorp, and I'm not joking.
Oscar 30, that's overheard.
Grandson has been stabbed. Caller has had a call from her daughter stating that 15-year-old grandson has been stabbed. Caller is hysterical. He's not at this location.
The victim is a 15-year-old boy. He doesn't live in this road. He was found here.
Being stabbed and just left the scene.
The teenager is helped into the ambulance by his mate. No sign of the attacker and no information from the victim.
Are you doing anything productive in that particular job? It's just we've got another one. He's single stab wound to the abdomen, bleeding a lot.
And once again, there's no cooperation from this second victim. The pressure not to be a grass.
Unfortunately, he didn't want to provide a statement or provide us an account or tell us where the incident had occurred. So there's very little we could actually do or investigate, but we can still record the matter as a crime.
They want to kill me in the house.
In the West Midlands, just like the rest of the country, knife crime is on the rise.
Do you understand the reasons why you're being searched?
Yes, because of weapons.
Lives lost, victims scarred and maimed, and more people found to be carrying blades.
Celebrate 2, celebrate 3, my dance fresh home, let's celebrate G.
Depsman was a rising rap star. The teenage grime artist from Birmingham had fans all over the country. He was murdered weeks after his 18th birthday. A row over a girl spiralled into a fight, and then his rival pulled a knife and plunged it into his heart. 7 hours later, Depsman, real name Joshua Ibera, was dead.
I say Joshua, not Depsman, not a grime MC, because Joshua is my little boy.
Now his mum Alison goes into schools and uses her son's name, fame and death to drive home the consequences of carrying knives. We're not showing these children's faces because they've been permanently excluded from mainstream schools.
Every single time his heart stopped, he fought back and fought back, 7 heart attacks. But on the morning of the 21st of September at 5:58 a.m, my son gave up on life and he died.
We were given unique access to this class, part of City of Birmingham School, which looks after excluded children. At the entrance, there's a scanner to stop any weapons coming in.
But why do you think someone's going to carry a knife on the street as a weapon?
To protect yourself from others.
And today the pupils are also hearing from Constable Rob Pedley. He's in different schools every week as part of a campaign by West Midlands Police to try to turn teenagers away from the knife culture.
If you've got your kitchen drawer at home, take out one of the little sharp knives, and you're carrying the country's #1 murder weapon. It's not the gun, it's the knife.
Staff here have enlisted Rob and Alison because every day they're battling to keep these children safe and out of trouble. While we can't show their faces, we were able to record their words. They know about knives being used as initiation into gangs.
Usually you take a beating. When you take a beating, they only have to stab you in the arm. That's what my cousin did.
I only knew then what I know now.
Nathan Chin spent most of his teens in and out of young offender institutions and has served jail terms for knife crime. He's tried to turn his life around, and now, as well as being a rapper, he's also launching a charity. He knows why people carry knives.
How are you going to break that cycle? That's very hard, isn't it?
People who have been through things, people who have gone to prison, real people who have been in situations are the best people to help reform people and give people, tell people about their experiences and, you know what I mean, and definitely doing workshops and having more awareness about these things and showing that, you know what I mean, looking at the consequences of why these things, you know what I mean, what can happen.
And as the mother of a murdered son, Alison is calling for a different approach to stop so many ruined lives.
Looking at them as being scum of society isn't working. We need to step right back to 9-year-olds, 8-year-olds and guide them in a better direction.
It's going to be a big old blue light then.
Around the country, police are trying to crack down on the culprits, but the problem is escalating, and it will take a change of mindset and culture to halt the knife epidemic.
And June's with me now. June, as you said right at the end there, the police clearly believe they're not just dealing with a crime, they're dealing with a whole culture.
That's right, George. And last week, the country's most senior police officer, the Met Commissioner, Cressida Dick, said, we can't deal with this problem simply by arresting people. She said it's about changing attitudes and behaviour, and to do that, they have to have the help of individuals and organisations. And that's why the work of someone like Alison Cope, who we saw in the piece, is so vital, because as a bereaved mum, she can drive home the consequences of carrying knives. Now, of course, all young people are under peer pressure, but some teenagers in some parts of society, when they leave home, they will pick up a knife in the same way that they will pick up their mobile phone. And that is the mindset that all anti-knife campaigners are trying to change and challenge.
June, thanks very much. Thank you.